世界のみんなとつながろう Bridges across world communities.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bridges Across World Communities, sponsored by the NIA, the Nishinomiya City International Association. My name is Thelma.
And I'm Floyd. Each month we provide practical knowledge for daily living and important information about disaster prevention.
This program is for English-speaking residents in the Nishinomiya area and is broadcast on the second and fourth Saturdays of each month from 12 noon to 12:15.
This month we'll be talking about regulations regarding bicycle helmets and insurance.
Our disaster prevention tip for this month, believe it or not, is about what to do if a ballistic missile is headed your way.
And our guest is Mr. Peter Chow, originally from the U.S., now living in Nishinomiya and studying at Kwansei Gakuin University.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会です。
Hello, Thelma. Sakura season is over, and we're now seeing a lot of green on the trees.
That's right, Floyd. And it's warmer now, too, and a great time of the year for cycling.
Nice segue into this month's bicycle-related topics.
I thought that you'd like that.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Our first topic is bicycle helmets.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people in my neighborhood are now wearing helmets while riding their bicycles. What happened?
Well, the law changed on April 1st, and everyone riding a bicycle should, as much as possible, wear a helmet.
Right, I heard about that. And it's not a strictly enforced law, but what they call a best effort obligation. You won't be fined or anything for not wearing a helmet, but it's still a very important change in the law.
Yeah, and there are many cases of people hitting their heads when involved in a bicycle accident, so protecting your head could save your life.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, last year in Hyogo, that's our prefecture, 22 people died from bicycle accidents, and only one of them was wearing a helmet at the time.
Wow.
By the way, I have a bicycle helmet, but I never wear it.
I want to see that. And why not?
Well, it's one I brought from Vancouver, and one of those fancy aerodynamic racing-style helmets, and I think it looks a little silly wearing it when I'm riding my mamachari to go shopping.
Oh, I know what you mean, but they have all kinds of helmets now, and hat helmets have become very popular too.
What's a hat helmet?
A hat helmet combines the function of a helmet with the look of a regular hat, and they come in different styles and types of materials, so there's a large variety to choose from.
I like the sound of that. Are they expensive?
You can find plain, cap-shaped ones for about 2,000 yen. And if you want something more stylish, the price can go up to around 10,000 yen. Now, our producer Sakamoto-san has one of the newer hat helmets with a white floppy brim that looks more like a hiking hat.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was just a hiking hat. That's kind of cool. I should get one of those.
So no more excuses about not wearing a helmet while riding your bicycle. It's for your own safety, okay?
Okay, I promise.
Okay.
Now, so that brings us to our second topic. And if you ride a bicycle in Hyogo Prefecture, you're now required to have bicycle insurance.
Well, this ordinance came into effect about 8 years ago in response to an increasing number of bicycle-related accidents.
Yeah, the purpose was to not only prevent bicycle accidents, but to also help and compensate those injured in an accident. There have been cases of people being hurt or killed and the bicycle rider having to pay tens of millions of yen as restitution.
Yeah, that's why it's strongly recommended all riders enroll in a bicycle insurance plan.
Yeah.
And you won't be fined for not having the insurance, but it's crucial to be covered in case the worst does happen.
Yeah, and it costs so little. For example, the Hyogo Citizen Bicycle Insurance, which is known as Hyogo no Kenmin Jitensha Hoken in Japanese, has a low-cost plan where the entire family can be covered for only 1,640 yen per year, with up to 100 million yen available in compensation.
Well, anyone who rides a bicycle within Hyogo Prefecture is eligible to enroll.
Yeah, and using a credit card, you can easily enroll online using their website.
Yeah. Our producer enrolled in their higher-priced family plan for 5,520 yen for a year. And besides the liability insurance for other people, the plan she chose also includes coverage for any injuries to herself, her daughter, and her husband while they're riding a bicycle.
Yeah, I've had bicycle insurance for several years now. I enroll through 7-Eleven's online site, and I make the payment and complete everything at my local 7-Eleven convenience. Now, the premium for my individual plan was around 3,000 yen last year.
Well, it sounds like you've made getting bicycle insurance easy and expensive.
Hi, Benedi desu yo.
Well, this is a great time of year to be out riding our bikes, especially before the rainy season starts in June.
Yeah, so let's all be safe out there by wearing our helmets and having bicycle insurance.
78.7 Sakura FM.
And we'd like to welcome this month's guest, Mr. Peter Chow from Missouri, United States. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, Peter.
Well, now I'm mentioning Missouri. I guess the first thing everybody wants to know is like whereabouts in Missouri, and if you can even tell us a little more about it.
Sure. So Missouri is in the very middle part of America. If you're from America, you know of the Midwest. It's in the middle of the Midwest.
Okay,
So-
I was looking at a map, and it looks like you're close to St. Louis, Indianapolis, Kansas, Nashville. You're kind of in the middle of all that stuff.
Yeah, we're close to all of that. Do you know Branson?
Absolutely not.
Branson is like the honeymoon town, I guess, of Missouri, where
Really?
people go to like for vacation. They go for like honeymoons, of course, and there's like cruises, amusement parks, things like that.
Is it on a lake or a river? What is it?
It's its own city.
But you said it has cruises and stuff.
No, there's like a little like lake they take like a boat by, but I know it's on a river. I don't remember what river it was though.
So have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there 3 times. Twice was with family. The third time was in high school with like my school's jazz band, and we played on the cruise, and we had a good time.
No, Missouri is a big state, of course. So whereabouts are you from in Missouri?
I am from Farmington, Missouri, which is about southwest of Missouri. It's southeast. It's the southeast region of Missouri.
Okay. And what's that? Is it like a little city or a big town? What kind of place is it?
Yeah, Farmington's like a small town. The population's about 18,000 people. And so I guess to put into scale, or how I like to put into scale, is we recently got a Starbucks, and everyone was like, oh my God, there's a Starbucks. Wow. And so a lot of the people there most of the population is Caucasian, but a good, there's about 2% now that is other races. Because that includes Vietnamese, Chinese, Indian, Philippines.
Now, obviously, your background is Chinese, or your
Yes.
parents' background is Chinese. Were you born in the States, or were you born in China, or where were your parents from? I got a bunch of questions.
Sure. So my parents are from the Guangdong region of China, where they speak Cantonese. They immigrated to America a long while ago, and they immigrated to Detroit, Michigan. So I was born in Detroit, Michigan. And I lived there about 4-ish years.
Do you remember
4,
anything
6.
about Detroit?
I remember I walked outside my home one time alone, and my mom got mad at me. And then around 5 or 6, we moved to Farmington, Missouri, because my dad had a job there to work. So we moved there, and I've lived there ever since.
Wow. So do you have any idea what it was like for your parents to move from China to the U.S.? I mean, first of all, was that a difficult thing to arrange even? And back in that time?
So back then, I do know it was a lot harder than it is now. Recently, I had family that did immigrate from China as well. I talked to my parents about it, and the process is apparently entirely different from what they went through. Since there weren't translators or anything, there weren't Google Translate, no DeepL, nothing, no internet. So they had they were just trying to figure everything out on their own. Whereas now, with translation and everything, it's a lot easier.
How did they decide on Detroit?
I'm not too sure. I think it has something to do with they had some relatives that lived there.
Okay.
So they decided to move there to start. They had some family there that could help set them off a job and help them guide them around America if needed.
Now, have you ever been back to China to see the hometown of your parents?
So I've been back to China about 3 times. First time was when I was 6, and it was to visit my family. Second time was when I was 12, and that was also to visit family. Actually, all of them were to visit family. But when I was 16, that was the last time I went. And we wanted to go back recently too, but because of COVID, we haven't been able to.
Did you travel around much in China or just go back to the hometown area?
We went back to the hometown area mostly. The most recent one, when I was 16, we did also take a trip to Hong Kong and to Beijing to see like the major sites and also to see like Hong Kong Disneyland.
Yes.
Because we were like, well, how's it different from America? It's kind of the same.
Yeah, probably the Japanese one's the same as well, and the French one.
Probably.
Yeah. So now I'm kind of lost here. What did you have a question, Thelma?
No, I was really shocked because I didn't realize he just moved to Japan
When did you
last
move here?
March.
March
He just arrived
23rd.
So what? You've
Yeah.
not even been here 2 months then.
I guess not.
How's your Japanese?
ちょっと.
Choto. I've seen you in the halls. I've heard you talking to everyone. You seem to be quite fluent. I was quite surprised.
I think like in terms of casual conversation, I can do all right. But in terms of like things like keigo, I am very bad at that.
What was
Wow,
that?
what's keigo?
Keigo is like 袋がよろしいですか?
Oh wow! How did you learn those things?
I heard it a bunch, but otherwise I don't know what they're saying because there's a mask and they speak really fast at konbini, so I'm just like.
Did you study Japanese before you come to Japan?
I started studying Japanese. There's a lot of times where I started to try to learn Japanese, but I started seriously learning Japanese when I was around 17 after I finished like studying for getting into college. So I started.
Well, now you're what, 32 or something? How old are you?
Maybe in experience I'm 32, but in terms of actual age, I'm currently 20.
Okay, so
Yes.
you've only been learning Japanese for 2.5 years and you're this far along. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're much better in speaking than
Continue where you're
us.
trying to interrupt you there.
So what do you think? Would you like to share your experience after you arrive in Japan and compare with the Missouri thing? Like, but we don't have much more time.
No, I think he would love to share his experience, but maybe we have to save that for next month.
Okay.
But we have 30. You can say something. We've got 30 seconds. You can add something.
I love Japanese mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
That's funny. That's Cupid.
Now,
there.
any specific brand?
We're gonna ask
Any
them.
brand.
We could have picked up a little extra cash if you named
Yeah,
your brand.
we can ask them for sponsorship.
Now,
Okay.
we'll pick this up next month, the second half of the interview. Nice talking to you.
You too.
Okay.
防災情報です。
Okay, I can't believe we're talking about this, but here goes. Some of our listeners may be anxious about the recent missile launches from North Korea. As you know, a missile launched from North Korea can reach Japan in only 10 minutes.
That's not much time, and how will we know if a launch has occurred?
When a missile launch is detected, emergency warnings will be broadcast using the J Alert system, and sirens will sound in areas where a missile could possibly land. Any damage would generally be limited to a relatively narrow area. However, if a facility, such as a nuclear power plant, is targeted, heavy damage may occur.
Yikes. So
Yeah.
if we hear warning sirens, what should we do?
Duck and cover. Now, you older Americans will know what that is. Sorry. No, seriously. First, you should go indoors and follow instructions broadcast by administrative agencies. Or make your way to the nearest strong building or underground shopping arcade. If you can't do that, then get behind a building, drop to the ground, and protect yourself from possible blasts and debris. If you're indoors, stay away from windows and move to an interior room without windows, such as a bathroom, or move to the basement of a strong building if there's one nearby.
For more information, go online and visit the Japan Civil Protection Portal site.
For consultation services and any other inquiries, please contact NIA at 0798 328680 or send an email to nia@nishi.or.jp. Our English-speaking staff will be happy to help.
Please continue to be safe and careful.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会でした。
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye bye.
See you.